Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 26 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, Simple Stories Saturday, and a fun 500 subscriber celebration hop for the lovely scrapbooking photographer, Linda. And I am going to use this pin from Pinterest to scrap lift. And Linda has asked us to create a self-portrait. So I have this picture of me. I am using a hodgepodge of things. This is a stack of papers that the lovely Paper Snob sent me, and there were quite a few from this collection called Beautiful. And so I picked those papers, but I had to find embellishments to go with it. And so luckily, the Simple Life mostly goes with these papers with a lot of the green colors and the black. So I've got the embellishments from the Simple Life and the papers from Beautiful, and hopefully this will all work out. So I have my papers, my embellishments, this self-portrait, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So she has in this layout that I have selected from Pinterest, and I'll have to go back and see what who posted that, because I didn't, that's not on my the picture I have. But there is a wood grain, like a white wood grain in the background. And so I don't have wood grain in these papers, but I do have this pink and white stripe. Originally I picked the mint green and white stripe, but the pink works better with the rest of the embellishments from this collection, or from the Simple Life collection. I selected a couple of the papers from the Beautiful papers, and made 9 3x3 squares. I just looked at my Pinterest and it was pinned by Sarah Dodd. I don't know if Sarah Dodd is the one who created it, but that's who pinned this on Pinterest. So, anyway, I'm going to use this big, bold floral that is not typically my cup of tea as my background to put the 3x3 squares on. So I just eyeball them. I'm pretty happy with how straight they are. Not exactly straight, but my life is pretty wonky. The lovely Jackie has like a byline on her thing that says something like, if it's straight, I didn't do it, or something like that, or something about it being wonky. And so that fits me very well. I eyeball a lot of things. I don't, unless I absolutely have to, I don't like to get out the ruler, even though I have like 7 of them. But anyway, so I put the little 3x3s down and then cut out the, with kind of a thick border, like 1/8 of an inch border, that background paper. And you can't really tell it's floral. I'm okay with that, but I wanted to use something from the collection so it would match that color, that kind of off-whitish color. So I matte my picture in the pink. The background paper is the same pink. Now I am going to double matte that in black, but I wanted to make sure that it was laid down up here where it wasn't on the black polka dot paper, like that black with the white dots. And then I distress the pink paper behind my picture, and then I distress the cut apart. And I selected this cut apart. It says, "You don't have to be perfect to be amazing." And I felt like it was a good phrase for me. There were a lot in this collection, which is why I picked these papers, that I felt really confident and comfortable with. I'm not usually really happy with selfies of myself. I made myself do one that is just me, instead of one with me and my grandson or me with friends, because I typically don't like them. This picture was actually taken on June the 13th, and it was right before I got my most recent tattoo created and actually done. And I was in the tattoo chair waiting for the stencil or layout was on my arm and was drying. So they had to leave it on for like 10 or 15 minutes so that it'll set, so that they can then get started with the actual tattoo part. So that's what I was doing. I was waiting. I was sending a picture to my friends, telling them that I was in the chair and that it was happening. I was very excited, as you can tell. So I am going to pretty much stick with this layout. There is a little wordy bit up at the top. On hers it says life. I put hello love. I'm really trying to use up some things from these collections, and I'm really trying to get some, things on the page. And so things like this hanging basket are not normally things that I'm going to use on a layout. I do not have a green thumb. Not that you have to have a picture of a hanging basket to have a hanging basket there, but so I felt like it was a good time to use that. And then I'm going to put these butterflies on here. She has these cute little birds off to the side, but I'm going to use the butterflies instead. And then she has this little card at the bottom with like a little quote or phrase on it. And so I'm going to use this little tag that says not lucky, blessed. And which I also feel like is extremely fitting. And then I'm just going to build this cluster up here. There's some balloons that the bird is holding on to. So I'm going to use these flowers to kind of take place of the balloons. And then other than that, like I pretty much just put a couple like little wordy bits on top of the picture. It says this is my story. And then it has the word blessed right under it. Although I don't think I've done that yet. No, there's the word blessed sitting there on the right. And then I have these little hearts on here, so I kind of put those around. The one heart I put on here is like a tan color, which is the same color as that word love. So I put it down on the cut apart that says you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. And then I tuck the little flowers in everywhere so that they are also on the layout. And then I'm going to make some clusters of the enamel dots. So I need to cover up my tag hole for the tag that I've got on here. So I'm going to use a black enamel dot there. And then I make 3 little places of 3 enamel dots because this green color matches pretty well with the one in this collection. And then I use the black and the gray. And then on her layout, she has like can't tell if it is like, I think it's thread, but she's got thread from one bird to the other, and it's kind of in a little curly cue. So I'm going to use my favorite black enamel accents by Ranger and do some little curly cue circle, starting with one butterfly and going to the other. And that is it. I really do love the way this turned out. I had already picked my collection and my pictures for today when Linda posted, because I was like doing things a month in advance because of the move. And so I had to rethink because the pictures I have are of AJ. So guess what? You'll see those next month for Simple Stories Saturday. They're awful cute though. But I love how this turned out. I am really grateful for Linda. Congratulations on hitting 500 subscribers. If you're not already subscribed to Linda, the scrapbooking photographer, you should go check her out. Her information should be below, as well as a playlist for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers and Simple Stories Saturday and for Linda's Hops. So I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. I hope y'all have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.